And now for the Q&A.
Hi, Ethan. Here's a question for you from Micah.
Hi, Micah.
He asks, when did you bite the bullet and get brand new clothes? I've lost a lot of weight recently, and just about all of my clothes don't fit right anymore. Did you use new clothes as an incentive to stay in a certain weight range? That was my plan.
Yeah. It's I had for the longest time many various sizes of clothes in my uh closet. What's the weird room that holds your clothes? That's what I was thinking just now. Um the weird tiny room that holds all your clothes. Uh I'm trying to think, I the for a while I just wore baggy clothes, but then it does get to the point where it's so insane. I could probably stand in one pant leg of my largest pair of pants, um, because I was twice the size I am now. Um, and I'm trying to think of the first time I ever went out. I can remember more vividly the first time I bought clothes at a regular store. The first time I went into like a department store and bought a suit, because up until then, it was all big and tall man stores or Rochester or ordering stuff online. I feel like I've been to a Walmart or a Target recently to buy T-shirts and seen larger sizes. When I was a kid, there were just small, medium, and large, and I couldn't really shop at any of those stores. From the time I was like 10 on, we would go to a big and tall man shop. Um, and I know they still have that. There's still Rochester Big and Tall. There's DXL, I think, specializes in larger sizes. And I'm just trying to think of the first time I went out and bought new clothes. I cannot remember that first time so well. It was nearly 20 years ago. And I think for a while I just wore loose clothes. And yes, I definitely wanted that to be a motivating factor to not gaining weight. And I would go so far sometimes to throw all my other clothes away. Unfortunately, I just found myself having to reuse larger sizes or rebuy bigger sizes quite a few times. And even now, I have a number of suits in my closet that don't fit me, and I just haven't gotten rid of them. Um, yeah, it's a crazy thing to think about because, like, there's a fear of weight gain, and not having clothes to wear, and like I don't really wear suits very often, so those are things that I'm hesitant to get rid of because God forbid I need a suit and I've gained some weight and I'm not paying attention. It's not like what I wear every day. So you notice more in like the pants or the type of pants you wear every day. If you wear jeans and your jeans get tight, you got to get a new pair of jeans. But like if you haven't put a suit on in 8 months, who knows if it's going to fit? For me, I go into it almost every time a little bit scared. Um, so geez, um, I don't have great advice because this is something I failed at so many times, and even today I buy like extra large shirts tend to be the shirts that I wear. But if I find a shirt I really like, I buy extra large and double extra large for two reasons. One, they shrink a little bit in the wash and then they become unwearable after a while. And two, like sometimes I perceive myself to be heavier than I want, and wearing a larger shirt makes me feel less fat. Um, yeah, clothes are tricky. Do you have clothes things, Paige? I mean, I've
I
heard you
do.
refer to jeans as fat jeans. I've heard you
Oh,
say that,
yeah.
and I don't mean like genetic genes,
Yeah,
gene
right.
genes.
Probably. No, I did get those too. No, I totally was going to say it's such a tricky thing. I'm in that place right now where I'm in the middle of something because I'm on a downward, trend. And it's like certain stuff doesn't fit me anymore. It's too big. That's great. And I thought, should I just get rid of this? And then no, there was the voice in the back of my head that was like, why would you get rid of it? This isn't permanent. It's so crazy. But to the point of wanting to buy new clothes, um, it's so, I really relate to this question. It's just like, I do think there is something to kind of rewarding yourself, since I'm so used to rewarding myself with food or things like that, or, a night or a drink or whatever. There is something to rewarding yourself with like a new pair of jeans or one cute dress or one item or something, right? Even if you're like on the way to losing more, which is my personal plan, right? I still have a ways to go to get to my goals. So I'm like, okay, do I buy clothes right now? Do I spend money when I'm going to be smaller? It's so, but I do think there is something nice to validating yourself with like a nice thing, even if you're on your way still to losing. You know what I mean? I don't mean nice thing as in expensive per se. I just mean like, yeah, buy one new pair of jeans or buy one new shirt or whatever. And because there's some nice, yeah, there's pleasure in that. You know what I mean? Satisfaction of like, oh, wow, I fit into this. That's pretty cool. But I really relate to what you're saying of keeping multiple sizes and stuff. It's like but maybe the best thing to do is fully commit and get rid of those bigger things. And because for me, the barometer a lot of times is like, oh my God, my jeans are tight. I need to get my stuff back together. So if you have those bigger clothes, are you allowing yourself the option of gaining the weight back?
Yeah. No, I mean, I like that as an idea. I can't say, like, with any honesty that I was ever truly successful at that.
Yeah.
I guess I've gone the longest time where I haven't needed to buy new clothes. Like, I haven't outgrown my clothes. I've been able to wear the same clothes for about 5 years now.
Hmm.
Um, but, like, even as I say that, I know I have backups in my closet, and the only reason I have backups in my closet is because when I did get rid of clothes and buy all new clothes, I then had to again defeatedly go out and buy larger clothes, which was so upsetting that I just, the next time around stopped getting rid of clothes. And we have boxes of clothes that don't fit me anymore that my wife wants to throw away, and I'm like, no, let's keep them in the garage, save them for a rainy day.
Right. Yeah.
um, which is kind of stupid, I guess. I might go throw them away today.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Donate them. That's a great idea. Yeah, it's tricky, but I do love the idea of if you reach your goal, going out, getting some new stuff, feeling good. You know what I mean? Because that is really, it's so nice when you put on something and you feel like, oh, this fits. And
Yeah, and it does seem logically like it could be one of the factors that is motivating you to maintain your weight,
yeah, yeah,
you know?
100%. Well, I'm curious, Micah, let us know what you decide. And, because he was saying, is it an incentive to stay in a certain range? So, yeah, I'm curious how Micah does with that.
It could be.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is.
Yeah.
I feel like at a loss. I wanted it to be and it wasn't. But I also think like that kind of thing in general, when I didn't have a good plan, nothing was. My kids weren't, I gained, my wife wasn't. So I think that the long-term plan you have is a better incentive because it doesn't require an incentive because that's just what you're doing, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. So if you're if you're clinging to weight loss right now and thinking like, well, if I go out and buy new clothes, then I'll have to maintain. That's just not how I would think about it. I would think about it in a different way of like, what is my plan? Does my plan facilitate me not gaining weight? And then, like, yeah, the clothes are secondary. Do I need new clothes? Yes, these are two separate issues.
Right. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Well, thank you, Micah, for your question. If anyone else has a question, you can email it to us. Hello@americanglutton.net.